Please welcome back to the stage CEO and Executive Chairman of Gold House, Bing Chen.
All right. I'll be very forthright, and I'm not here to BS you with messages of hope, especially because of what's happening right now. I was sincerely moved by some of Bowen's remarks that for some reason, for the first time, we all feel hollow. It's not okay to just be okay anymore. I think I've never felt so far away from myself and others and so forth, and I think we all know why this is. We used to get together and be closer through public squares, parks, and church pews. But as so many of you know, belief in both government and gods has halved in the last half century. We have so many fewer close friends, especially as adults. It's so hard to make good, congenial friends nowadays. We're getting married later and less. We're having fewer children, if at all. This problem has been amassing so rapidly that our last Gold Surgeon General said that loneliness, of all things, not cancer, not heart disease, but loneliness is an epidemic comparable to smoking 15 cigs a day. And isolation and loneliness is more than just a human emotion. It has actual practical ramifications. Did you know that the single greatest determinant of whether you leap economic classes in this lifetime is who you marry? Did you know that if you're a widow or widower like my mother, it will shave years off your life? We can birth universes in minutes from our pockets, build new companies with our agents. We can FaceTime across continents. We can summon anything, like my beloved soccer bit Swedish candy, in minutes. Shout out to Soccer Bit. We allow a quota of diversity here at Gold Gala sometimes. God bless Sweden. We love you, Stockholm. You and your music. Well done. Yeah. We can summon all this in minutes, but I think we have all collectively never felt more confused about where we're going. Just ask the Gen Z boys who are looking for God again. We are loud on platforms without listening. We have made far fewer, far wealthier. It's the top 0.1%, by the way, if you're counting. Did you know, by the way, that in the last 3 decades, middle and lower income bracket families, their wages have only increased 17%, while the top 1% have increased 300 times? That's American dream math, if you're counting. On the United States' 250th birthday, we have to ask ourselves, how did the most successful nation in modern history suddenly become, for the first time, so old? How are half of this room watching jobs and layoffs disappear after disappearance faster than we can imagine new ones? How are we so far and still so far apart? Because going further and getting faster means nothing and goes nowhere unless we are foundationally closer. This is the difference between being here for a long time and a good time, between a company and a brand, a job and a career, a house and a home. And getting closer, like all things, has to begin with each of us. This is something that I learned at my first job, my last job, my only job, at YouTube. I don't know if that's laughter or praise or laughter and pain. It's like my mom's here. Sorry, Mom. Still don't know what I do. It's great. It's okay, I'm eating, kind of. But I remember being this 22-year-old brat complaining to the then CEO, Salar Kamangar at the time, that no one believed in something that we called creators. That all of our colleagues, who all belovingly take credit for our work now, were pejoratively thinking that us globalizing a YouTube partner monetization program was spreading pennies in many places. That my talent incubator Next Up was for talent that couldn't make it in real Hollywood. That our gold play button was a gold star for third graders, and that I couldn't call them creators because that term was taken by Jesus. It's only a third of the population where that's taken, by the way. Typical minorities exaggerating your weight. Sit down. The early days of YouTube, though, taught me that whenever you start anything new, as so many of you know, very, very few people are rooting for you because no one believes in you. And in those days, people actually working on priority work were actively ignoring you. But amidst all the complaining, the low to no budget, being overworked and underpaid, I'll never forget something one of my bosses said, Tom Pickett. He said, "You think no one is watching creators? You do." Michelle Phan did. Hassan Piker did. Eugene Lee Yang did. Lena Dong did. Lindsey Sterling did. Our creator economy, the creator economy, began like all things do. Someone moved first. And if the world was not going to watch us, we were going to start by watching each other. Gold House has taught me that when no one is watching you, no one will come save you but you. For so long, over the past 7 years, so many in our community cried for help, blasting all these stats about how many people don't recognize us, how many people hate us, how many people want to hit us and not promote us. And all I could think when I saw these stats was something my mother would say: when no one comes to save you, you do. Because the harsh reality of growing up as an adult is learning that a world that takes everything from you will still feel like it owes you nothing. And so if the world is not watching you the way you do, it is on you to make them look the right way. This collective gold movement that everyone in this room has been complicit in, that has defied all odds, did not just begin because we had a very excellent, highest grossing rom-com. It did not just begin because of the most decorated creators and objectively their creative work of all time, not just because the most unicorn startups of any group of all time. It began because no one was looking at each of us, so we started looking at each other. Because if someone is going to move first in your life, it might as well be us. Oh yeah. Never have I known more how we can get so far and feel like we are nowhere at all than at my father's young funeral. He was 54, I was 15, and of course we would never think that the next stage of his life was stage 4 cancer. But of course it was, it always is. I remember my mom and I were walking into the church and we stumbled. We thought we were in the wrong place because it was completely empty. We live our lives wondering who is watching us, who is rooting for us, who is ruining us, only to have no one with us when we're gone. I know some of you have left your jobs recently. I wonder, when you did, who caught you? When your cancer comes as a surprise, as it always does, who calls you? If you have children, like so many of you in this room, and you're not home for dinner, do they even know you? I hope we understand collectively why we show up. To dinner, on dance floors, to film premieres, to demo days. I hope that we can get together at more than just galas and funerals and nothing in between. I hope that when you arrive, that you come early and stay late and don't play that weird 20-something game of last in, first out. I hope that we can eat together more often than we scroll alone. I hope that your children, especially after tonight and especially on Mother's Day, actually know you. I hope that they get to grow up with you. And I hope that you get to grow old too. I hope that your friends hear from you before they need you. I hope that you're more than just presents for your elderly parents, something that shows up once a holiday. I hope that when you see them, and hopefully your mother tomorrow morning, that you say, I love you first. I hope you say it so often that it feels like too much, so that it is never too late for her. Because the things that make life life were never meant to just be done by us. Not the premiere, not the courtside seats, not the dance floor, not the dinner table, and certainly not tonight. This is why we gather. This is why we build houses when there are not doors. This is why you look. This is why you move first. Because closeness is not a rhetorical principle. It is a practical and consistent practice. It is 1,000 tiny decisions that say, I saw you when no one else would, and I will stay till no one else will. Maybe that's how we actually get further. By actually getting closer first. Maybe that's why we're here. And one more thing. Do y'all remember from last year? The only way to live forever is to leave something that does. But do you know how we will know when we're gone? By having someone there. I want to thank y'all for coming here to the 5th Gold Gala tonight. I want to congratulate the Gold 100 honorees and truly our exceptional and gracious Gold Gala honorees. And now that we're all here, y'all had better stay late. Y'all had better make a stranger into family, and I will see all of y'all at the Maybelline karaoke competition.